We all know the feeling of waking up and finding ourselves at the mercy of our own internal weather. Some days our emotions surge and crash without any obvious trigger, leaving us scrambling to make sense of our own minds. We watch ourselves repeat the same defensive reactions, fall into the same behavioral ruts, and retreat into the same comfort zones, even when we consciously want to change direction. Esoteric astrology offers a different framework. Within this system, these sudden shifts and stubborn routines follow a structured, repeating pattern rather than a random sequence of events. At the center of that pattern is the central mechanism of this system, the astrological moon. Within this worldview, this luminary acts as the fundamental rhythm engine of the human psyche. In this symbolic language, the moon functions as a psychological engine. It drives emotion, it archives memory, and programs the instinctual habits that define our daily lives. The study of these cycles suggests a specific logic exists beneath the subconscious, where internal shifts follow a predictable, navigable path. Just as the physical moon exerts a gravitational pull that governs the Earth's oceanic tides, the astrological moon rules the human emotional body. It corresponds to the element of water. In esoteric psychology, water represents the fluid, unseen subconscious currents that run beneath our surface awareness. This symbolic lunar gravity tugs at those waters, creating sweeping, predictable high and low tides in human sentiment. Because of this mechanical relationship, our internal state is designed to fluctuate. It functions as a moving system rather than a static one. Recognizing these internal tides allows us to anticipate our emotional shifts, letting us navigate them effectively rather than fighting them as if they were defects. That gravitational pull also shapes how we interact with the past. The moon operates as the cosmic archive of memory and lived experience. This 12th century manuscript page shows Earth at the center of the zodiac. Here it represents nostalgia, how we internalize and store what happens to us. Every emotional reaction today is an echo of a memory pulled from this archive. This archiving mechanism determines how we process old traumas, where we find our deepest joy, and how we seek out instinctual comfort when we feel threatened. Our present emotional responses do not exist in a vacuum. They are woven from this accumulated, archived past. This archive is in constant motion. This vintage chart shows the planetary spheres. The moon's 28-day cycle makes it the engine of our default repetition. This recurring loop is the foundation of our habits, defining our need for security and instinctual reactions. But this programming is modified by angular relationships, or aspects, between the moon and other planetary archetypes. When the moon forms a trine, a 120-degree angle, energy flows without resistance, allowing us to sink into deeply ingrained habits. Conversely, a square or opposition creates friction, applying the cosmic pressure required to disrupt an old loop and break stubborn habits. Understanding these specific geometric aspects reveals the mechanical conditions necessary to either sustain a routine or dismantle it entirely. When we view our lives through this lens of lunar patterning, our repeating behavioral loops stop looking like personal failures. A wave of sudden nostalgia or stubborn routine is a mechanical function of the psyche's rhythm engine doing exactly what it was designed to do. This perspective moves us from being passive victims caught in emotional chaos to conscious observers of our own cyclical nature. This esoteric worldview functions as a system for personal agency. The lunar cycle serves as a symbolic map for self-mastery. This 19th century star map shows a mathematical grid overlaying the constellations, mirroring how we can use these rhythms to organize our internal experience. By recognizing our own lunar rhythms, we gain the ability to anticipate our emotional tides, rewrite our habitual loops, and consciously navigate the geometry of our inner lives.